Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod, and I am your host Mike, and I'm joined in this virtual room filled with lions. I've got Ollie, I've got Chris. One of us isn't well, and he's with us now. He's in a virtual room, so we're all safe. We're all safe.
Hello.
We're wishing him well.
I feel like it's
Caesar.
1.5 lions. I feel
One and a half lions
today.
2.5 lions. Oh, that's a good sitcom. Anyway, Ollie and Chris, Friday show on a Thursday. What are you looking forward to this weekend, Ollie? What are you looking forward to?
Hopefully being less dead than I am right now. I've been ill for like the last week. If those of you who don't know who aren't watching from the UK, everyone in the entirety of the UK is currently unwell.
Super.
We've got some kind of super flu going on. I was one of the unfortunate people of the 100% of people in the country to catch it. So I'm looking forward to being well soon.
Hopefully.
Very nice.
Chris, what about you?
It's last games of 2025 this weekend. So Saturday, last game, hoping to stay unbeaten. Going into the Christmas break, and then Sunday, we're playing a team who are fourth, and so we beat them 2 weeks ago. So hoping again go out on a win before the break. That is only like 2 weeks, I think. I think it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks to break, but it always feels like an absolute eternity, and it feels like a new season when you come back. And inevitably, that first game back normally gets called off because it's January.
That's true. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of waterlogged pitches recently. Again, games called off, and we have had a storm.
Yeah.
So, for me, how about we play another game of Let's Dox the Host? And in a week where I've got to say it's safe to say that I'll never be welcomed to a Slavia Prague game. So I've got to be careful with how much information I give out. Look, I'm heading up to Birmingham. It's a big place. So you've got no chance in finding me. No, but genuinely, I'm going to their Christmas markets. That's 3 markets in 3 weekends. I'm a happy boy. Baking wise, Credo Millionaires cookie bars. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be cookie dough. It's going to be caramel, and it's going to be chocolate.
Mikey, can you tell me what is the difference between the 2 Christmas markets you've been to so far?
Oh, they were, shut up, Chris. They were in different locations. They were in Worcester.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
Stratford upon Avon and Birmingham.
Yeah.
Birmingham's a bit more.
Kind of it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Birmingham's very showman. It's like, woo, jazz hands, whilst Stratford and Worcester are more quiet. They're reserved. Really lovely. If you don't like the hustle and bustle, I would never recommend the Frankfurt market in Birmingham because it is dreadful. It is dreadful. It just naturally there's so many people and in such a small area when you don't realise how small and tight the street is when you're walking up and down. It really is uncomfortable. So if you don't like being around loads of people, it's not a great place to be.
I don't think there's anything positive about that Birmingham Christmas market.
Well,
really overpriced. Doesn't
true.
sell great stuff. Really busy.
It used to be good.
You're not selling it to me.
You haven't seen busy, mate. I was in the I was in the Prague Christmas market. Second mention of Prague in the first 5 minutes of the episode.
You're welcome. I'm not.
Literally like a week ago. And
okay.
It was heaving. The food was really good, but yeah, it was maybe the busiest place I've ever been in my entire life. It felt like.
Wow. Oh,
that's why they call it the super flu.
Yes,
yeah, probably,
maybe,
probably.
Possibly. Right, before we do move to the games of the weekend, Chris delivered an incredible message the other week. I'm going to do something else similar because I wanted to say that on this show, everyone is welcome. We always champion inclusion. We always champion respect and support for all people, all listeners, everyone on this planet, no matter who you are, who you love, how you identify. Football will always be and should be for everyone. And our community for this show is for everyone. And hate will have no place here. And that is brought up because this past week, yes, I did deal with the Twitter, the cesspit of Twitter, for standing up. Because obviously you might have seen the Spurs and Slavia Prague, with the LGBTQ plus flag. There was a lot going on there. If you probably have a read of it. Yeah. And I tweeted about it, stood up for it. And I'll be honest, it only strengthened my stance, the abuse that I got. I was just like, nah, fuck this. Because if speaking up for people who deserve to feel safe, everyone should feel safe and included, upsets a few strangers on the internet, so be it. I'm always going to choose empathy over ignorance. And our Discord and our podcast are safe spaces where fans can chat, debate, celebrate, and obviously at the moment commiserate Chelsea victories and defeats. But it's always in a good atmosphere of respect and decency. And it's always the Discord. The Discord is a very warm, welcoming community. And I am so proud of that. So yeah, you know what? If you're listening and you've ever felt pushed out, judged, or made to feel like football wasn't a place for you, you are welcome here and on our Discord. You always will be.
You know, if you're one of those people who are listening to our show and you think, I disagree with Mikey on that, football's not for everyone, fuck off.
It upset me because I got DMs that I didn't think I would ever. Unfortunately, the fact that I read them and I was just like, this is disgusting. It was. And you think someone has had to write that. And you just think, at what point do you just stop and go, what are you doing?
It's the modern internet, mate. Honestly, it's the worst.
You're right. Games of the weekend. I have got, are they niche? I think they're niche. So I'm Saturday, 5 a.m, heading to New Zealand because the National League final is on. Wellington Olympic.
No. Stop. Hang on. Already. You said, is this niche? And then you went, we're in New Zealand first. You had to question it.
Wellington Olympic versus Auckland City. Auckland City are Club World Cup regulars. We already know who they are. And they've won this National League final title 15 times. They have 15 titles. Wellington Olympic have just the 2. History is stacked in favour of Auckland. Plus, I think it was a little love for our New Zealand listeners because we always talk about Australia. We don't talk about New Zealand. So it's a big game. I think it's worth the early start. Sunday. The Saturdays, other than that, Saturday, 5 a.m, other than that, just go back to bed. Because Sunday, 1:30, Ajax Feyenoord. I think that's going to be a spicy game. It's a good one.
That's going to be a bloodbath, surely. Ajax are terrible.
No one Ajax did win this week. They beat...
First time for everything.
Karabag? I can't remember who they played.
No, they drew 2-2 with Karabag.
Oh, I thought they won. Oh, well. And then at 3:30, 2 hours later, Scottish League Cup final, St Mirren versus Celtic. Wilfred Nancy is chasing his first trophy at Celtic and St Mirren are aiming for their first League Cup since 2013. So that should be quite the final. Oh, now from one final to Shevva Shoutouts. Oh, what have we got? We've got Robert, who said we should sign Shirky. Unbelievable player, excellent to watch and would solve our chances, creating woes in an instant. Yeah, we should have got him from Leon, and he's never going to leave City for us, is he? Let's be honest.
No.
Oh, Mike, not me. I agree with most of what was said in the loser section. The team is far from good enough to compete for the league, and at this moment, I do think if in some magical world, if everyone was healthy, a squad of Sanchez, James, Fofana, Colwill, Cucurella, Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, and some combo of Neto, Esteval, Garnacho, and João are good enough to compete for a league title, but I don't know if that day will ever come. I'm trying to work out how many players that was. We probably would win. That would be 10, 11, 12, 13 players on the pitch. I think we'd struggle. We'd still probably somehow mess up.
They're getting each other's way.
We don't. What's he doing?
Well, really, how many did you say it was? 13?
There's 13 on there, but they did say some combo of Neto, Esteval, Garnacho, and João Pedro.
If you put João Pedro on there, it's basically 12, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Wow. Someone didn't rate him, did he, the other day?
Early.
Oh, dear. Alex, the Everton match confirmed. This is about the women's team, by the way, everybody. Confirmed to me that Sonia was right earlier this season to not trust her attackers. 30 shots producing nothing is pitiful. Aggie, not good enough for months. Jojo can't score. Mykhailo, not effective 90% of the time. The women's team need to revamp the attack big time and get back to having an inviolable squad depth like we did when Peniel couldn't break into the 11. I keep saying Trinity Rodman. Trinity Rodman is right there. That's what I keep saying. I'm right. I know.
I think it's an overreaction.
30 shots is
personally.
not a good thing
Not a good game
when you don't
obviously.
score.
The Everton game, not a good game, obviously. But we did just batter Roma 6-0. And then, order's restored. And
Which
suddenly
we-
you look at you're going, oh, well, like, are we as bad as we think we are? Well, actually, maybe not.
Probably not as bad as. What do you think, Chris? Before we do actually move to the news.
The the issue is that we go from 30 shots against Everton with no goals to then putting 6 past Roma in the Champions League. And I think our 2 best performances this season have been in the Champions League, where I think we've said both times it's looked like the attackers have been allowed to go and play and just attack and not worry about possession or the defensive duties, almost like taking the handbrake off.
Yeah.
And I think our 2 best performances have come when we've done that. I think in the league it's been too cautious. So I don't think it's a case of. I don't think we can put it down to the attackers not being good enough. I don't think you can do that until you've given them free rein to go and try. And then if they fail, you can say, this is why I didn't do that. But until you do that, I don't think you can, because a lot of these attackers have proved that they are good enough over a number of years.
Oh, true. Right. Well, thank you, of course, for your reviews, thoughts, and everything else. If you want yours right out on the show, head over to Spotify, drop a comment. We're being selective, but hey, there's a lot of good stuff coming through. There's a lot of good stuff, and we always pick the very best. And yours is just as good. We just might have very, 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 very good ones that we've selected ahead of them. That's all. That's all. So with that,
I'm saying nothing.
behave. Right, with that, news. Oh boy, let's check the news out that you may have missed in the elevator of Chelsea news. Chelsea's ownership group Bluco won the race this week to sign 16-year-old midfielder Mohamed Zongo. Chelsea's FA
Do you know what, guys? I'm so happy. This is what we've all been crying out for.
Wow, the elevator broke down temporarily there just for that one. Let's keep going. Chelsea's FA disciplinary hearing on 74 charges, including the secret payments to agents during the Abramovich era, due to conclude this week. Chelsea hope that Liam Delap will miss a maximum of 4 weeks and may even return a bit quicker than that. Spurs are interested in Mykhailo on a loan deal. And finally, Mykhailo Mudryk. Now, it's not that the news that I don't know where that came from, that he could be available to play again next month. I don't trust that source. What I do trust is that he has been handed another 12-month driving ban and 60 hours of community service because he was pulled over.
Take his keys.
This is well, he was pulled over for a heavily tinted window. Now, that's stupid, but it's when he said he drove because his chauffeur was not available to take him to training, despite being banned from driving for previous speeding offences. And first of all, that's a stupid excuse. Second, we know you can't train at Cobham, so and oh God,
Basically, you couldn't be asked to take an Uber to the gym.
Honestly, this guy, he has zero common sense. I mean, the excuse is so bad. It's so, give him another 12 months. Look, I went off about Wesley Fofana a few weeks ago for the driving nonsense, and I'll do the exact same.
To be fair, that's
here.
the most dangerous thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
the Fofana
you've
one.
seen the video, yeah.
Yeah, rightly so. I still will also be as critical on Mudryk because it's still stupidity. You are banned from driving. There is no situation where you should be behind the wheel. You're not. You can't go, oh, I'm unlucky here. You know, my windows were tinted a bit too much. No, that's irresponsible. It's irrelevant of the windows. You were in a car. You got to wake up. You've got to grow up because right now you don't have a football career because of the drugs ban. You've got to be really careful. Because
the other part is though as well is if you are banned from driving, why if you eat by some stupid grace of God have to get behind the wheel of a car for some godforsaken reason that is only known to you, why would you do it in a car that is easily identifiable and stoppable by police?
The real winner from the Mudryk to Chelsea move was the UK government because they've been pocketing the tax from his wages because he's got to be. It's just so embarrassing because it's avoidable. This is avoidable.
Here's a question on Mudryk.
Oh, God.
If he's under a ban for substance abuse,
oh no, yeah,
are we paying him?
I don't know.
We probably are. If I had to guess, we probably are paying him. And then if it turns out to be like proven and his ban is overturned or whatever on appeal or what have you,
that's the point.
Then there's no dramas. But if then he is like super banned and like it's all legally
Super
not
banned?
right, then he then I imagine we'd probably dock his future wages or from his contract, rip up his contract, sue him, whatever. Like we'll get that money back somehow.
Oh,
I don't think he should be getting paid at all, to be honest.
I see your point because he did test positive. This isn't, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's obviously we don't know the ins and outs of it, but this isn't an accusation. You actually did test positive. It's a weird one.
Yeah, and we know that because we're not, no one's appealing anything.
No, it's weird. It's one thing.
It's just banned. So, like he is banned. It's been done already. It's sorted.
Well, one thing that someone brought it up. We all know the fantastic, extremely incredible, very reliable journalist Indy Kayla on Twitter. They tweeted out that this was an exclusive drop at 1 hour ago. Now I will bring it up because the news is so.
I think I take one of those in the morning, an exclusive drop.
Do you really? Oh fucking hell! Oh right, this is what he or she. I don't know. I don't know what Indy Kayla is. If it's anyway, get to the point. Their exclusive was Chelsea have told Oliver Glasner not to sign a new deal at Palace because the club are unsure about Maresca's long-term future. As exclusively revealed by us, Andoni Arola is also on the shortlist. They will review Maresca's position in February and decide then, but if results dramatically worsen, they are not afraid to act earlier. The technical staff are confused about the style Maresca is trying to implement, leaving the players equally baffled. Club sources believe he will struggle to get the best out of Cole Palmer tactically. Now, usually I throw this stuff in the bin, and then I read that last bit, and I'm like, I'll get a point. It's true.
No, it's bollocks, isn't it?
I'm not saying it's not, but that last part, I can't say, is he getting the best out of Palmer? I don't know.
I mean, do you think if there was something that juicy going on that like Ornstein or Fabrizio wouldn't have said about it already? No, Indy Kayla,
I don't think
he's our Lord and Savior.
Ornstein doesn't tweet until it's like fully confirmed. I've never seen him do a guess or a rumor.
Fabrizio would have though. He does
it
all
all
the time.
If he's paid, allegedly.
I mean, it almost 99% is bollocks, but let's work on the 1% that it isn't.
Okay, 1%. I like this.
Just playing devil's advocate.
Love it.
Let's look into the universe where this is true.
Why we don't deserve a vote for the PSA Podcast Awards or whatever the letters were.
That our technical staff are only just realising now that he might not get the best out of Cole Palmer. Have they been watching the games with their eyes shut for the last 12 months then?
Yeah.
Because I could have told them that last year. In fact, we all did tell them that last year that he ain't getting the best out of Cole Palmer. Like, obviously, fuck me. You only have to look at Palmer's numbers and go, yeah, something's gone wrong here.
And Chris, the game that he got the best out of Palmer was in the Club World Cup final when Palmer even admitted himself he just did his own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where he just completely ignored what he was doing.
Yeah, I'll just go do it. Oh, boss, I've got this. Don't fuck the passing back. Oh man, let's see what happens. Right, Kingsmeadow corner because Chelsea took on Roma in the Champions League and it ended Chelsea 6, Roma 0. Oh my word, I actually have more. I have 2 and 1 winner, quick fire winners and losers because you know what? I've given teamwork a winner because we cooked 2 absolute masterpieces in this one. I mean, the second goal that we scored, finished by Captain, was lovely poetry. Oh, it was gorgeous. We had a laser-guided Kira Walsh pass, dropping perfectly onto...
nice.
Oh, it was so good. Because at the first time I saw it, and I thought, oh, that's overhit. No, perfect. Hannerid's head, cushioned to Kerr, backheels it, Captain strides it in. Oh, it was gorgeous. And then second half, goal number 5, just as great. Millie Bright threading a sensational ball into Gura Wrighton, who timed her run perfectly. Squared it, Micah Hamano came in, swept it home. 2 goals that were built on intelligence, movement and chemistry. I loved that. That's what I want to see. That's what this team are good at. They've been together long enough. Chris, what did you think of the goals? Any of the 6?
Oh, some really good goals. And like you said, some really good link-up play, I think, was more important than, someone smashing one in from 30 yards. It looked like something that had actually been worked on. The movement off the ball. like you just said, on both of those goals, the run in behind the defence is very similar from both players. So that looks like a pattern that has actually been worked on at some point. Bringing in players as well who really people have been saying, why haven't they been playing? Hamano being one.
Yeah, she's so good, man.
Like I've seen a lot of people now calling for, like, why hasn't she been given minutes while we've been struggling? Good to get that many different goal scorers as well, which will hopefully give the team confidence now going forwards. It's just, will it? Because we did this earlier in the season as well, and then didn't quite take it on. So
Can I tell you why it won't?
Go on.
Not to be cynical, but I think we're prioritizing the Champions League this year.
Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it?
You know,
Yeah.
every time we
like
play in
two
the Champions
different
League, we look like the team that's going to go and win it. And every time we're playing in the Women's Super League at the moment, we look like the team that's, you know, not really all that bothered. Like we could, you know, like we may win it, we could win it, but it doesn't feel like the focus like it does in the Champions League when we're battering teams left and right. There's like the hunger is there, and that, you know, it makes sense to a certain degree. You got a trophy that everyone in the squad has won at least once, if not more than once, and some of them have won it 5-6 times. Whereas the Champions League, which none of them have ever won, right? Bon Pastor is pushing there for the trophy that she herself has won, but as a manager and as a player, I believe, but none of the players have. So I can see why they'd be pushing on for that rather than the other way around. I do think the squad is good enough to win both anyway, and if in my opinion we shouldn't be prioritising. But if we were going to pick one, I want that Champions League. I really do.
Yeah.
I also think we have one Champions League winner already in the squad amongst, you know, there's others, but Lucy Bronze, because that was my
a goal.
That was my other name on this list of winners, because on Monday's show, I said that we had some tough decisions coming this summer with a handful of contracts running down. Bronze was firmly in that conversation. Last night, she delivered a strong display, and it was capped off with a very, very good goal. Did she mean it? Does it matter? Both answers are no.
She did mean it.
I'm not convinced.
I think she meant it.
No, because there's one angle of it. Because I watched the highlights, and there's one angle of this goal where it's like she's clearly looking at the goal when she shoots. Yeah. She's not looking across the goal to where she wants to cross the ball to. She's looking at the goal, at the goalie, at the spot where the ball actually goes, and the keeper's off her line. Why not give it a go? You're already 5-0 up. You know, you might as well do a cheeky chip and see what you can come up with. I think she meant it.
So do
I. Okay. But look, it was brilliant. And it was the cherry on top of a great sponge cake of a performance. Any other winning positives from that game, guys?
I'd like to talk about Sam Kerr.
Okay.
I think her being in the team, even though she didn't score, is the reason why we scored the amount of goals that we did.
If you look at the away,
the areas that she takes up draws attention of defenders. She's always occupying one or two of the defenders, which allows space for other people. She was sort of indirectly involved in most of the goals by making some sort of movement that created space for somebody else. I think that's what we've missed. I think we've been too easy to play against because there hasn't been that movement in and around the box, which has opened up space for people in pockets, and created that space on the edge of the box for people to get shots off.
Like you say, Chris, it's just like even just the presence of Sam Kerr makes it like, you know, because she's been such a prolific goal scorer for such a long time, though she's coming back from injury now and she's just getting back into it. But even still, she presents a threat that defenders have to think about. Yeah. And when you're doing that, you just naturally open up space for others. You're right. I think we've been a little bit easy to play against because, you know, when Sam Kerr hasn't played or when we've been a bit toothless up top, I think there's people going, hang on here, you know, they're not quite as, as ruthless as they maybe they once were. We can get something out of this. Whereas if you're looking at Sam Kerr, you're going, there's Sam Kerr there, Mykhailow's coming in over there, Hamano's coming in over there, Nuskin's coming over there. you're thinking, where am I gonna, and I'm like I say, at the top of it all, you got Sam Kerr, so you're thinking, where am I gonna stand to be able to defend this appropriately, and that's what creates the space.
My only loser from this game, and it was just, I think, a general fans getting a bit carried away in both sides of this, because I'm not going to, I hate to be one to bring fans down. I'm not bringing you down to earth. But occasionally I think the parachute cord needs to be pulled a little bit here, because just like we weren't the worst team ever on the planet after losing to Everton, we're not suddenly the second coming of 2014 Barcelona because we beat Roma 6-0. It was a great performance. Oh, my word. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. But let's just see a run of these before we start booking parades.
Yeah.
We are sitting third in the Champions League table. We're fully in control of our path to the automatic top 4 qualification. Barcelona are first, of course. Lyon second. We're third. Honestly, actually, seeing Juventus round out the top 4 is a bit of a surprise for me. I don't think anyone had them.
Actually.
Yeah, I don't know who I thought. Based on the form and how it all kicked off, I probably would have expected Manchester United.
Yeah, or Wolfsburg.
Yeah, I was going to say Wolfsburg, or maybe even Arsenal. I know they're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's Arsenal. I hate to say, then again, you don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League in a given year.
As Arsenal themselves proved last season.
Yeah, because you look at they're 8th, and they've been very. They've been very windscreen wiper. You're like, that sort of thing.
I like that windscreen wiper.
Yeah, it's one of those. We'll see how it plays out. We've got Wolfsburg to round off the group stage, so that's a big game. That's a very big game.
I tell you what, a win there is a statement.
I know, and it is in Germany, so it's going to be tough. That'll be a tough game. Right, we also had another game in the Champions League this week.
We have to.
Well,
against Italian opposition.
It was against Italian opposition. Hang on, I don't think I've even got the right. There, I haven't got the right audio file ready. We took on Atalanta in the Champions League.
He's taking it quickly. De Rome to De Ketelara. De Ketelara hits it, and he scored. Made the first, and now De Ketelara has got the goal that's put Palladino's side in front.
Oh, Atalanta under-19s 1, Chelsea under-19s 3. What a result. We are top of the UEFA Youth League on 16 points. I'm so happy we can say that, and we sadly can't talk about that because we have to talk about Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1. Fuck me. Not again. How do we get here again? You just think we're back up. And then, where's the sound drop?
No, we suck again.
No!
Yeah.
We suck again.
Oh, brother. Oh,
And you know what?
Go on.
You was trying to stay positive throughout that whole game.
Yeah,
in our group chat.
I was like, keep the faith. Keep the faith.
He's like, we'll be fine.
1-1,
Every 2 minutes
2-1.
in our group chat,
No.
Mikey was like, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll
we were
win this.
having
It'll be fine. Oh,
we were
shit.
having a full-on
Yeah.
argument in the group chat in the game against Atalanta. We're all
Yeah.
Nobody was happy except Mikey. Seemed maybe bake something nice that day.
Yeah. Winners and
We
losers. How
weren't
many?
watching it. That's why.
Feels like it at times. How many winners and losers? Who have you got? How many have you got?
Oh,
I
good
got
question.
0 and 4.
I've got 1 and 5. I got the 6.
I've got 1 and 3.
Okay. I'll go with my first winner, the only winner from this game. It was Josh Acheampong. Okay.
I'm not opposed to him being a winner because I thought he had a really good game.
This guy.
But I personally just didn't feel like anybody deserved it.
I understand your point, and I really do. This lad has such potential, and he delivered a performance that I feel that no pundit will mention because of the result, and I understand that. But whenever he plays, he's always controlled and composed. He's a young lad, but early doors in this game, he makes a crucial block to stop Lookman opening the scoring.
Really good block.
Second half, he does another one, and he reads the danger before anyone else is doing it. Lookman did score moments later, but that was offside, so that's throw that out. But the first interventions, Josh, he stops the goal. That's a goal. And then for the Skamaka equaliser, I'm not actually going to put it on him. Not
Fofana.
Fofana's losing his man. He's ball watching. He's looking for his mum. That's the meme of our year.
Yeah.
And Acheampong was the nearest defender, sure, but he wasn't the one asleep. Josh actually did his job in this game. And I feel so sorry for him because he never will play in his position because we know what Maresca will do. And I'm just like, fucking hell. Chris, anything on Josh?
He was going to be on my winners list. And at half time he was on it. But then I think what let him down in this game, which is probably to be expected, young player who hasn't really played at all either for fucking ages, and then gets thrown in at the deep end away in Italy, which I think is bizarre game to start him in when he hasn't played for weeks and months. He spent the first 20 minutes of the second half getting absolutely ripped apart by Ademola Lookman, and I thought you have not started the second half very well here. I don't think he was getting a lot of help on that side to negate that either, but they did start to target him at the start of the second half, and I think he really struggled. So that's why he came off my winners list. But I do think he had a decent game given the circumstances of the fact that we haven't seen him on the pitch in ages, and I think he was sort of thrown at the deep end, to be honest.
Who was your winner?
Right. Bear with me here.
Go for it.
I've got João Pedro.
Right.
And I've got
you usually have a reason.
I'm going to let him. I'm going to hear him out.
Let him cook.
Okay, so it's got an asterisk next to it because he's lowered his own bar so much over the last 6 weeks. He didn't actually have to do a lot to look like he'd massively improved. However, in this game, I do think it's the sharpest he has looked in the last 6 weeks in terms of making active runs. I thought he was quite isolated up front, and he did quite well with the balls we was playing up to him in terms of protecting the ball and looking after it. Made some good runs into the channel, scored obviously, had some good touches, and looked more energetic than what we've seen of him over the last 6 weeks.
The bar is in hell.
But yeah, the bar is. That's what I mean. It's got an asterisk because he's lowered his own bar to the point where as soon as I seen him running around, I thought, oh, he looks better.
Yeah, yeah, I can see your logic. I can see
good goal as well.
That.
To be fair, it's good movement for the goal.
Yeah,
yeah, that is Oh, losers. Oh, I do apologise. I haven't hit the alarm. Where is it? We're getting quicker and quicker to our loser section.
Can you,
every episode.
Mikey, real quick? Can you play it again? I feel like we need to hear it again.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow.
That's better.
Well, losers. Oh well, it's going to be a.
I mean, we've all got one the same. I can absolutely guarantee that.
It won't be George de Ketelaere, who I learned how to pronounce his name properly this week. I was like, yes, get it. Enzo Maresca, the masterclass to meltdown cycle continuing. This was one of those games where you physically slap your own forehead because absolutely nothing made sense. You know where I'm going. Maresca's subs, those decisions have gone from odd to what many, before you go negative, no, many online have said actively self-sabotaging. I've said it before, we are a Jekyll and Hyde side. I'm starting to think that might be the manager doing it because one week it's a tactical clinic. He's brilliant. Wow, what we do? Wow. The next he's coaching like he found the lineup in the cereal box. You know, the 11 versus Atalanta was fine. I mean, the only concern for me was Enzo Fernandez starting his 6th straight game when he needs a rest, and he looked so burnt out in that game. But then the subs happened, and I feel that's when we collapsed because minute 67, Enzo comes off. That's fair. He's cooked. I'm cool. So naturally, I'm expecting Andre Santos. But, you know, it makes sense. Go put him next to Caicedo. Oh, Malagusto's a right back's coming on. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. He's going to go right back. So does that James? Oh, he's playing at 10. Gusto's playing a number 10 role. That might be the worst positional choice I've seen whilst doing this show since Poch did the Chilwell at left wing And then he put Cole
listen,
at left back.
That's worse than Potts and Chilwell at left wing.
Yeah.
Chilwell at left wing at least kind of made sense.
Well, you know what? Gusto has, and I rate him as a right back, but he has zero traits of a cam. You know, he can't shoot, he can't create, he can't turn in a tight space. He doesn't have spatial awareness to operate in a cam. So I'm not going to blame Malo Gusto for his performance, because I wouldn't blame a cat if I tasked them with building me a swimming pool. That's not their best role. They're not going to achieve that. And I don't know if anyone's noticed that we haven't actually looked good as a team since the Arsenal game. We don't.
I don't think we've looked good as a team most of the season.
I think we've looked good against Barca. We've looked good against Arsenal. I've got to give credit there. But how many times do I see us winning the ball up high, and then we pass it backward for the control, and then we lose the ball anyway? That's a bit boring. And we don't create high quality chances. We seem to give up soft ones constantly. And I just feel like the whole thing now just feels like watching centre backs play hot potato for an hour. I just see the ball being recycled. I'm like, well, what are we doing? Possession's fine, but we need to do something with it. We don't do anything with it. So what's the point of it?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to say about Enzo Maresca at the moment. I mean, Atalanta, it felt more like we were in Atlantis because we were all at sea, weren't we? I think the worst thing for me about it is it's just like he just seems to be a chronic overthinker. He's really, really good at overcomplicating it.
He worked under Pep, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And Pep was exactly the same in a lot of games when he feels the pressure, which is rare for Pep, but when he does feel the pressure, he tends to do the same thing. I can understand where some people are trying to get at with Maresca, where they say, about the fullbacks playing high and the underlapping runs and all the rest of it. But if you need 10,000 different steps in your plan to work for you to score one goal, maybe it's not a good plan. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just too difficult and it just needs to be simplified. Because at the same time, even despite it being quite difficult for the players to pull off, it seems quite easy for the other teams to defend against. And that's not the hallmark of a good manager who's getting the most out of his players. The thing that worries me, the other thing that worried me as well was that after the match, De Ketelaere said they knew that they would just have to put pressure on us in the second half because we conceded a lot of goals in the second half, and he knew we'd crumble. That for me is also kind of on the manager, because it feels like, again, we're predictable. He knows how to play against us. We just needed to ratchet up the pressure one or two notches a bit, and Chelsea will fumble. And the manager just didn't have a solution for that. The last thing that worries me the most about Enzo Maresca at the moment is, I don't know if you remember this, when he was appointed, right? When Maresca was appointed, so this is June of 2024, early June of 2024. We were sort of saying for a little while afterwards, how long until this system of his is sort of complete, until it's sort of set up and we're happy and we're, everything's supposed to click. People said about 18 months. That was the general consensus. That's now. December 2025, that's now 18 months down the line. And we don't look better, we look worse. I can't, for me, from the manager, despite even the limited resources that he has at his disposal with the players and the personnel and the crap squad, which I'm sure we'll get to, I'm not sure we're getting better, and I can't see the signs of improvement. I see us doing better in big games against big teams, but actually, I haven't seen much improvement at all the entire time he's been at the club against the small teams, which is where you get 99% of your points from.
Go on, Chris. You had him on your list, I'm sure.
Obviously.
It's an agenda.
Whoa.
I'm going to try and stay as calm as possible, so people know that this isn't like some emotional, unthought through reaction, right? There are some games, and there has been games this season, where you think Maresca has set us up perfectly, and the players have lost us the game.
100%.
Dropped us points, right? This game, he as a coach, single-handedly lost us this game. because his decisions impacted the team in the most negative way possible.
And fancy bringing Tosin on when he brought him on. That's like driving home from work after you've had a bad day at work and seeing a mushroom cloud where your house is supposed to be.
Wow. Bloody hell.
So, talking about this game specifically, the substitutions made no sense. And then, because he'd done stupid subs before, and then Fofana got that free kick to the eye, meant he couldn't bring Esteval on, even though I'd argue he still could have, because he could have just not brought Tosin on and just pushed Josh in one, and then took Gusto from centre mid and put him at right back, like a normal, logical person would have done, but whatever. He's managed to end a Champions League game that we need to win with a midfield of Cucurella, Reece James, and Malo Gusto.
That's almost impressive.
Not a single centre mid in there. With Caicedo playing as a hybrid right back when there's two right backs in centre mid, which is where Caicedo plays. So that...
Do you see what I mean now when I say I think he's overcomplicating it?
Yeah. I think Enzo Maresca's main issue is he does overthink it. He is vastly overcomplicating it for players who aren't experienced enough to adapt to what he's trying to get them to do. Mm-hmm. They need somebody who's going to simplify the game. I heard a quote the other day on a coaching podcast that said, football's a simple game, overcomplicated by coaches who want to feel like every victory is theirs.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of the hero coach thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
I think that old adage Maresca does.
It's that old adage of if you can't explain something simply, you don't know it well enough.
Yeah, Maresca wants to do all this overcomplicated, inverting fullbacks, getting the goalkeeper to come out and play as an outfield player when we're in build-up phase, and get this player to go here, and some players inverting, wingers, one going wide, one coming in, centre forward trying to be a cam, a DM, a centre forward, a left winger all at the same time. He wants to do that so that when we win games, everyone will go, "Oh, that's a tactical masterclass."
Do you think it's an ego thing?
Yeah. Well, partly, and partly, I just think it's a modern coaching problem. I think coaches now, they want to be too involved. For me, coaching is, at its very basic core, is you have to get the best out of your best players. No matter what team you take over in the world, there will be 3 or 4 standout players who are the best players in the team. You find a way and a system that gets the best out of those 4 players, and they'll drag the rest through. The others are just there to facilitate those players. You don't have to get the best out of every single player. I just have to get the best out of the ones who are going to win me football matches. And Maresca doesn't do that. He wants to get the best out of everybody, and you can't do that as a coach. It's just not going to happen. Simplify it. One of the best managers over the last decade, maybe even 2 decades, has been Carlo Ancelotti, who players have openly said gives them no tactical information at all. When he was at Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham said before the Champions League final, they asked him, "What do you want us to do?" And he said, "Score more goals than they do."
Works.
That's his tactical approach.
That's funny.
And he's been asked about it in the past, about, does he think those comments reflect negatively on them? And he said, not really, because all the preparation for a game is done in the week. On the day, I shouldn't have to tell the players anything, because they should know what they're doing. And at the moment, our players don't look like they know what they're doing. So I don't know what's happening in the week, because it's not preparing for these games.
My second loser was Enzo Maresca's decision-making part 2. Because
he's teased 2 losers this week.
A sequel.
We've talked about Gusto at Cam, and we'll talk about Tosin. Fofana goes down injured, so who comes on? It's Tosin. This is the same Tosin. This is the same Tosin who has been directly at fault for multiple goals this season, and the same Tosin that Maresca has publicly criticised. This isn't the time for a redemption arc. That's malpractice as a manager. Look, Chris has said it. He's spot on. move Acheampong to centre back, Gusto to right back, then bring Santos or Estevao on. Play players in their actual positions. That's not groundbreaking analysis. And Maresca clearly doesn't see Acheampong as a centre back. I don't know why, because he's consistently our best defender whenever he plays. When he plays in that team, you can't go, oh, he's had a bad one there. These decisions,
he barely ever struggles compared to Tosin.
These decisions that Maresca is doing is torching the goodwill he's built up in November, the results against Arsenal, Barcelona. You're breaking that goodwill because fans are getting frustrated. Yeah, you're making silly decisions now. And I'll move it again. Enzo Maresca Part 3 is on my losers
Oh my
list.
God.
This is for his post-match comment. It's his post-match comments that got me. He was asked whether the forced Tosin sub blocked his chance to bring on Estevao or Andre. And he goes, yes, it changed the plan of the game. But it didn't. It didn't change the plan.
Didn't he still have a substitution window?
Thank you. Because substitutions made at halftime do not count towards your stoppage windows, he had one more window to use. How does a Premier League manager... How does a Premier League manager who has won a Club World Cup and a Conference League not know a basic rule? You've been in this footballing sphere for a good few years. This isn't your first season in charge of a team at any level. Oh, it's frightening. You didn't know that. That's really poor.
Yeah. Even Chris knows that.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, but it does. Even if he didn't have any, even if that was his last sub and his last substitution window, it wouldn't have made a difference. You still didn't have to bring Tosin on.
Yeah, he still shouldn't have done. It actively harms the team.
You had the parts on the pitch to cover the gap at centre back. The players was already on the pitch, so you still could have brought Estevao on. You still could have brought Santos on, one or the other. It's really not that complicated. Like every single fan could see that, and we're not paid £10 million a year to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we need to one of the fans to go down and ask him to make a tactical change like that one fan did for Leeds with Daniel Farga. Did you see that?
Oh no!
He told him to bring Dan James on, and he did.
Who has the most losers left? I've got obviously 2.
I've got 3.
I've got 2.
Okay, so we'll go to Ollie. Who's got? Go on.
Sporting directors. This game has had me thinking a lot about the general trajectory of the club as a whole. It's made me think about the strategy of the club as a whole, and just kind of where the club is going. And I'm just really frustrated by what we're seeing, because as much as we can criticize Maresca and let it be known, he is at the very least 90% of the reason that we lost the game against Atalanta. 10% being the rest of the team. The squad he's got is abysmal, right? Yeah. You've got no one good at the back. You've not got anyone good in goal. You've got no one good up front, and you're expected to go out there and win football games just by sort of passing it around between the midfielders and the fullbacks. The wingers aren't good enough. We can all see that, other than Estevao. Cole Palmer's been injured all year. I understand that. Delap's been in and out of the team, but when we've had him, he's not been very good anyway. And all it's making me think is that we this season have got weaker than we did last season. You're looking at. I'm looking at the squad and I'm thinking, you're bang average, you're bang average, you're bang average, you're pretty good, you're overworked, you're bang average, like that. And the reality is it's all part of this constant, unending churn that we've got in the squad. And what it's like having a car. It's like building a car, right? At the moment, we're a car that doesn't have an engine, doesn't have a windscreen, but it's got 14 wing mirrors, and it's got 7 steering wheels and 1 wheel at the back. That's what it feels like. But what we're doing in terms of this sort of unending churn of the squad every single summer is we're swapping out 60, 50% of the parts of that car and still ending up with not a complete vehicle. I was under the impression that surely by now we'd be at the tinkering stage of this squad. One player in here, one player out there. Few on loan here, few on loan there. A couple players in and out based on, just the natural turnover of players that you expected to see at a football club. But we're still changing the squad every single summer window in a big, big way. We didn't need to sell Jackson. We just didn't. And he's not better than... Because no one can tell me at the moment that Jackson would be any worse than any of the forwards we've got at the moment. And it just seems totally unnecessary. And it makes me look at the sporting directors and think, what the fuck are you two playing at? Getting the 6-year deal or whatever after winning the Club World Cup because we beat a handful of teams most of which we will never play again. Because we don't face them in any other competition other than the Club World Cup or the Conference League, because they're not really on our level. And you just make it's absolutely baffling to me. It just feels like they're making these decisions over and over again, and it's not for the betterment of the team. And I just can't get behind that. The whole idea of the bringing in the young players, where the long contracts and the cream rising to the top. In theory, it's a brilliant idea, and we did it in a lot of ways in a brilliant way. We got the likes of Caicedo and Enzo and Palmer and Esteval. We got these good players now. But there's no balance and there's no nuance to the way that we're doing things at the moment. And you just and if the ground is constantly shifting under the players' feet, they're never going to get stability. It's never going to come together for them. We're never going to hit the potential they're expected to get because things are always changing around them. Imagine you're driving down the motorway at 80 miles an hour. Someone rips your door off and puts a new one on. It's going to it's going to mess you up, isn't it? I can't understand it. It's baffling. It's driving me insane, Mikey.
Can Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart count on your vote for Best Sporting Director at the Globe Soccer Awards 2025?
Can they?
This December?
It's it is ludicrous though that again these people are paid a ridiculous amount of money to do this job, and I've come to the conclusion that the only way you can get it as wrong as they've got it is if you are not looking for on-field success. The main focus of this regime is not on-field success, because as a fan base, everyone agreed at the end of last season we needed 3 things. We needed 3 signings. We needed a goalkeeper, a centre-back and a centre-forward. That was it. That's all the fan base asked for. Bring in a top-class keeper, a top-class centre-back and a top-class striker.
Or as good as you can get, because the market was kind of crap.
Yeah, it's close enough as you can get. Those was the only 3 things we didn't get.
Yeah, we basically signed everything around them, and that's also in a sense why I'm as much as I'm irritated at Maresca at the moment, like really badly. I'm hesitant to blame him all the time for everything, because it's like you're asking him to build a birdhouse with a toolbox that doesn't have a hammer in it, it doesn't have a screwdriver, it doesn't have nails, but it's got 17 different kinds of tape measure. Do you know what I mean? Like anyone's going to struggle under those scenarios.
Yeah, 100%, and that's why. I do think even if we sat Maresca, the next person coming in would have a similar problem. Long term, they would, because I just think, as a fan base, though, people have got to stop getting excited over these bang average signings, because we don't help. Because then they feel as though they're doing a good job, and you're not doing a good job. No one should have been getting excited over signing Liam Delap. Nobody should have. But again, you see it all over social media. The big Chelsea influencers are absolutely buzzing their tits off because we've signed someone who got relegated with Ipswich. We've signed João Pedro. Everyone's really excited because he's Brazilian. That's literally the only reason, because there was no other stats that backed up him being a good signing. I said in the summer, our signings the summer just gone was the exact equivalent of building a conservatory on your house while it's on fire. It's completely pointless. You're not adding any value to your house because it's on fire. That conservatory don't mean shit.
On fire.
No one we signed in the summer has improved our starting 11.
Yes, and on top of that, we're swapping out all the windows and changing the front door every year. What are we doing?
Oh, Chris, who was your next one up on the losers list?
I mean, I suppose you can put this under Maresca if you like, but it's man management.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm talking about Maresca here and his coaching staff to a degree. At what point does he start to lose some players in this dressing room? I'm not overly convinced about his relationship with Cole Palmer, if I'm honest. and I haven't been for at least 12 months. I think when you've got a player who's coming out and openly saying that, oh, for the last 20 minutes of that game, I just did what I wanted to do, that doesn't look great on the manager, especially when he's played better.
Yeah.
This game, though, I don't know what message you've sent to Andre Santos that you'd rather bring on Malo Gusto in midfield.
It's baffling. He's really got his favourites, Maresca, and it's damaging a lot of the team in a bad way.
Yeah,
you know, like when some of these younger players do badly, they seem to just get banished forever.
Especially when you consider that Andre Santos played against Burnley, and everyone agreed was really good.
And then he struggled against Leeds. Bang, gone.
Yeah, and it's like, well, hold on a minute. The message you've sent to Andre Santos there is you're not a first choice centre midfielder, and he knows that. Caicedo and Enzo, fine, okay, I can accept that. Caicedo, best midfielder in the league. Enzo Fernandez, World Cup winner, been here a long time, and is £100 million, and the board want you to play him, fine. So we can all accept that. But then he's going, right, okay, Caicedo's out, I'm going to play Reece James there instead. And you think, oh, okay. So now I'm not first choice. I'm not second choice. Reece James, good player though, club captain. Okay, kind of get away with it. Then you bring on Malo Gusto and you're saying you're not third choice either, or fourth choice. Could I'd rather have Cucurella in there if I had the option, and then if Lavia was fit, which is laughable in itself, but let's say he gets fit at some point, then your fifth choice. If you're Andre Santos or his advisors, you're saying to him, you need to get out of here because there's no chance of you playing, mate. If you're not going to play now, while Caicedo's suspended, or in a game where they want to take Enzo Fernandez off and he's bringing on a fucking right back, then when are you going to play?
And there's no one else.
It won't be long.
It's like Asugo's out as well.
Yeah. It won't be long until these players start engineering moves away. And again, that then means that we've got to bring in more people. So we'll see 5 leave. We'll see 12 come in because obviously we've got to double and add a couple on for the amount of people that leave because that's just what we do. And then we'll have a new squad that'll be learning again. And it all comes down to, I think, Maresca's man management at times is really poor, and I think he mishandled the Nicholas Jackson situation, which, as I said on the last pod, I haven't got a problem with if you're selling Jackson and bringing in somebody better. But if you're selling Jackson because the manager fell out with him and you're bringing in somebody worse, that's an issue.
No, I think that's totally fair. I will go with how many losers have you got left, Ollie? 2.
2. One's quick and the other one's not.
I will go. I've got my only actual player I've picked, and I went Jamie Gittins because it was a rough 90 for him. He had one shot, he created one chance, and Garnacho played 20 minutes and he produced more attacking threat than Gittins did all game. He had 2 shots on target, both forced actual saves of the keeper. 20 minutes to 90. I don't really know what to make of Jamie Gittins. He's very much a roller coaster because Wolves Gittins was electric. Bloody hell. This version, though, I saw looked like a speedboat with no driver. He had pace, doesn't have any control with it. And at some point, I'm starting to think, do I have to accept that Wolves' game was a one-off rather than the standard?
Yeah. But Wolves are diabolical.
They are very bad.
No, they're not a real team.
It might not be a real game. Well, I can't say not a real game because they scored 3 on us.
Says it all.
Yeah. Ollie, who was your quick one? And then we'll go to Chris.
My quick one was me. Again,
you had to watch it.
I've been losing a lot lately. Because one, I'm sick, but that's not really why. It's because I said I think we were in the title race about 2 weeks ago, and I fundamentally disagree with that assertion now.
Title race?
Overreaction, you think?
Title race? Who'd have said that shit?
Know what? I was in the position where I thought, right, we've beaten Barcelona quite handily. We've had a good showing against basically the best team in the league this season in Arsenal. Even with when we were a man down without our best player, there's reason to believe from that we're going to go on and kick on from here and have a good rest of our season. And that, I thought, put us in the title race. Little did I forget, it's December, the season of giving, and for Chelsea that means giving 3 points to everyone you play. So yeah, I'm a loser for that one. I got that one dead wrong, and I'm very frustrated about that because again, I have to unfortunately say Chris was right, and it irritates me when he's right.
Shocking. Some
loser,
people thought that we could win the title and the Champions League. Fucking
I
hell.
know.
Comedians, don't listen to them, people.
Delusional.
Delusional.
Psychosis.
Oh.
My last loser is small games. I thought it was really interesting after the game what Joe Cole said. I don't know if anyone else saw what he was talking about.
Oh yeah,
after
about
the
the
game on
mentality
commentary.
thing.
Yeah, like he kind of made the right point of it's easy to win and to turn up for a big game. It's easy to turn up against an Arsenal or a Barcelona or a Liverpool or a Spurs because you know what it means to the team, you know what it means to the club. You're giving tickets to all your mates, you're playing really well. You know, like you're well up for it. The energy's there, the fans are behind you. You know, and you know, like the whole environment is conducive to you working harder, doing better, and playing well and getting the result you want. When you're a big club, at least, like Chelsea are. And it's those smaller games where you maybe don't feel fully up to it. This is fine. Everyone has, bad days at work, or you don't really feel like it, or you're putting in a bit of a half-assed effort. It happens. But in elite sport, you can't do that because that's the difference between top four and Europa League, or that's the difference between title and top four. It's the difference in some cases between survival and relegation. And if you win all of your games in the Premier League, I know it's silly to think about it this way, but if you win all of your games in the Premier League against something like the bottom 14 teams, it's like 84 points or whatever, 82 points, whatever it is. Like it gets you 90% of the way to the title win before you've played a single big side. Right? I know, obviously, no team's going to win 100% of all their games against the bottom 14 teams, but you've got to take care of business against teams where you struggle against, where you're against teams where you're going to have more of the ball, you're going to be expected to play against them, you're going to be expected to win. You have to find the mentality, you have to find the wherewithal and the resources within yourself, within the team, within the leadership, whatever you got to do to grind out the win in those games, because teams will try and frustrate you and hit you on the counter. And at the moment, those small teams are finding us way too easy to play against. Partially, I think it's tactical. Partially, I think the players aren't bothered against the smaller teams. I think it's a mentality issue. And whatever happens, at the moment, it feels like we've got it backwards. Like we can turn up against all the big teams all we like, but if that's all you do in a season, you'll finish in the bottom half of the table, get dumped out of the Champions League pretty early on, and not win anything in the cups. Right? So we've got it the wrong way round. You need the balance. You need both, and at the moment, we just haven't got it.
I hate to spin this back round to Maresca again, right? Because I can hear them typing already. But I do think he sends that message to the players, and I think because I don't think he shows the lesser teams enough respect, because those are the games we always really rotate for. So,
yeah, but we're also playing exactly the same way in those games as well. It's predictable. Whereas in the Arsenal game, Barca game, again, even against Spurs, we played a bit differently because he's like, again, you're right. He's given them a bit more respect. He's trying to figure out how to tactically undermine the opponent. Whereas he's thinking in a lot of the other games, we'll just play our way and we'll probably win. But that's not how it works.
Exactly. And I think that translates to the players, because the message you're sending there is these games are important. Barcelona, Arsenal, Spurs, and these games, Leeds, Bournemouth, aren't. But I'd argue that those games are more important, because I think you could conceivably not beat any of the top teams and still win the league.
Yeah.
If you beat all the other teams, I think you'll still win the league and without beating a top team.
I will. You know what? My final loser was Chelsea's momentum, because Maresca's kind of took all the momentum from that Barca Arsenal performance and stuffed it into a Ferrari, driven it headfirst into a brick wall. Because instead of building on these two season-defining results, he has undone everything with baffling decisions, stagnant football, and tactical rigidity. The car is a write-off. The new signings suddenly look a little pointless. and the fan base has gone from optimistic to exhausted in about 10 days.
Yeah.
It's
so annoying for him, though. It's so annoying because we were saying a couple of weeks before the Barca game, we had that question from a listener about why don't some fans believe in Maresca still, despite the numbers suggesting that he's doing a really good job. And we landed on he hasn't had that moment yet that brings him together with the fans. And I thought he had that with the Barcelona and Arsenal thing. We beat Barcelona on a big Champions League night. The place was absolutely rocking. We followed that up with that draw against Arsenal with 10 men. It pulled everyone together. All of the talk around Chelsea from the fans and everyone was really positive. And he didn't run with it. He then killed it in an instant by going, what, Leeds? Well, B team will be good enough there. You might get beat. Yeah, we might do. Oh, we have. Oh, what? The fans hate me again. Oh, fuck. Like, you've got to read the room.
Yeah. It's the hope that kills you, isn't it? What I always come back to this phrase sometimes with Chelsea is sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is a train. And that's what it feels like. It feels like just, before you know it, the next thing's going to smack you down again. And like I said, it's what I said about the title charge. Arsenal, Barcelona, two absolutely fantastic performances back to back in big games, important performances. And then to just serve up the shit we've served up since, it's like, well, what are we really doing here? What was the point of all that? If you're just gonna throw it away against Leeds and Karabag and Atalanta and all that anyway. It's just like it just shows for me that we're still not there, and we're not going to be there for a while.
Who's your final losers, Chris?
Last one, Robert Sanchez.
Oh,
talk about it's the hope that kills you. Again, given a lot of plaudits recently, and rightly so, deserved them 100%. The old Sanchez turned up for this game.
The Sanchez we thought we killed.
Yeah, that's it. He's come back. It's the sequel. Just when you thought he was dead, he's come back again. Distribution, awful. Threw the ball straight to one of their players at one point.
yeah, true.
When he was miles out of the goal as well. Why the bloke didn't shoot, I don't know. He caught the ball like in the corner of the penalty box and then decided, I'm going to distribute this really quick. Oh, that's their player. And I thought he's going to put that in the goal. And for some reason, he passed it sideways. And I thought, fucking hell, you've been coached by Maresca. I think he's got to save the second goal. I know it takes a slight deflection, but when you get a full hand on it, you've got to push it away.
Yeah,
and it's just another.
Get stronger wrists.
It's another case of, again, just those defining moments where you're looking at your keeper and you're saying, are you saving us a point or are you costing us two? And I think it was the latter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to dive down Sanchez's throat too much because I think we said recently, I think he's in credit now overall.
Yeah, 100%.
But things like this don't help.
That is true. No, well. What are we doing for emojis? I've gone frowny face because I wasn't really happy.
Shit emoji, easy one.
Oh, good. Skull.
Skull.
Season's dead again.
Oh,
feels like
it's over. It's already.
It's
never been more over.
Don't worry. It'll come back again in April.
We'll
win our last 5 games and spam Champions League again.
Woo!
Yeah, we'll win our last 5 dead rubbers when we got
Top
nothing
4.
else to play for. Wow.
Top 6. However many places the UK are getting in the Champions League now. Oh yeah, we moved to Lion of the Midweek because Oh no, I've just seen my Lion. Chris had Esteval. The wheel went Enzo Fernandez, and I went Jamie Gittins. Fucking hell! No winners again.
Hold on. I think I win that.
Fuck off. You can't claim that.
Because Esteval should have come on.
Esteval didn't play. Got no blame in that.
No. Do you know what's the worst thing? We can't give an actual Lion. So that would be, you could say Acheampong, actually.
Yeah, give it Acheampong.
we've had no winners between us lot for 4 games in a row.
Fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
What are we doing? So Acheampong gets a mention. Fair play, mate. Match preview. Fucking
Oh
hell.
my God.
That is
Everton.
so
I
bad.
completely forgot.
We are having a quiet one. It can't get worse.
It can.
It's time for the match preview because we're hosting Everton. Are we hosting them or are we going there?
I don't know. I mean, either way, if we are,
It's at home.
oh, thank God.
Oh, we're all right
I
at home.
I know they're knocking down Goodison, and they're at the field. What's
They're
it?
not.
Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Nah, the
now.
Everton women have got that stadium.
Oh, have they? Oh, good for them.
Oh, right. Well,
yeah.
the scoop is they're seventh in the Premier League. They've got 7 wins, 3 draws, 5 defeats. But their form, it's not good enough for Chelsea. It's 4 wins and a defeat. Sorry, you're cooked. We've shown that we take on teams who are in good form. If you'd have had that 4 defeats, I'd be concerned. Oh,
If you were looking for your first win in this calendar year,
you'd be like, "Oh, hello."
3-0 win for us incoming. Then
I think player spotlight is Kieran Dewsbury Hall. He's a player in the summer that I was gutted. I fell to my knees in Tesco when I saw he was leaving. And will he have a point to prove? Maybe
he's going to score, isn't he?
He's having a good season.
90 plus 3.
And the last time that Everton did beat Chelsea was on the 10th of December 2023, 2 years ago yesterday. What was the song? New UK number 1 on that day. It was an At the Bridge Pod favourite because it was Last Christmas by Wham. And last Christmas, 2 Christmases ago, they beat us. Who are we picking? Because I ain't bloody picking Gittins after that.
Oh, I don't want to pick anyone.
No one.
I'm going to pick someone. I'm going to pick someone who ain't going to play.
Go on.
Philip Jorgensen
or something.
Yeah.
No, I'll pick Esteban again.
Oh.
I'm going to go Cole Palmer.
Okay, the wheel's gone Reece
He's got to
James.
Listen, I'm backing Cole Palmer. He didn't, barely played. He's barely played any minutes lately. It looks like he's set up to start this one. He has got to do something.
I'm backing my man Garnacho.
Fucking hell. I'm going to go Chalobah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Right. Blue versus who? I've got 3 questions about Everton. Let's find out if you can go 3 for 3. Number 1, Chelsea last loss to Everton was a 2-0 defeat on the 10th of December 2023. Sean Dyche was in charge and he started 8 English players. I just want you to name 4 of them.
Ooh. Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
Yes?
Michael Keane.
He's Irish, isn't he?
Is he?
No, he's English.
Is he?
Yeah, I thought he was.
He didn't start.
Oh.
If you want a clue, 5 of these players all started with the letter J in their first name.
For Everton. I don't remember Everton's team.
So you got Calvert-Lewin.
James Garner.
James Garner, that's 2. I didn't think this was that hard.
Jordan Pickford.
You're looking at it, Mikey.
3. And of English players, you've got 2 that I think are still there. And
Jack Harrison.
He was the other one, yes. So you got 4. You missed out Jared Branthwaite, James Tarkowski,
Oh, of course.
Dwight McNeil, and everyone's favourite wonder kid, Ashley Young. He was there.
Is Dwight McNeil English?
Yes.
James Tarkowski, right? I thought him, but then I second guessed myself because I thought he doesn't sound English.
I
thought maybe he was like Irish or Northern Irish or something.
Where everyone forgets Matt O'Reilly for Denmark is Danish. But right, I've got number 2. Everton have had 8 permanent managers since David Moyes left in 2013 and rejoined in 2025. Name me them. Because I've said name me them all because I don't think they're that difficult.
Rafa.
8, did you say?
There's 8 permanent managers. Rafa is on that list.
Fuck me. Carlo Ancelotti.
Second on... Oh, there's 2.
Somehow.
Somehow.
I don't know what he was thinking there.
Money.
Moyes again.
Moyes does not count. He did not go between Moyes and Moyes.
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche, 3.
Duncan Ferguson.
No, he was caretaker. Doesn't count.
He was, wasn't he? Lampard.
Lampard, that's 4. So you got the first 4 after when he left. You know what? I'll give you. Do I give you nationalities?
Wait, hang on. When was the first time he left?
2013.
Roberto Martinez.
Correct.
Oh, good shout.
And then
He did all right there for a little bit.
I'll give you the
he did well.
I'll give you the nationalities. You've got Dutch, English, Portuguese.
Ronald Koeman.
That is the Dutchman.
Well done, Ollie. He's on it today.
Ball knowledge.
There's an Englishman and a Portugueseman.
Englishman.
An Englishman.
I'm struggling to think of the Portuguese one.
One of them does a podcast and the other one doesn't do a podcast.
Is it Chris?
Chris is not on this list. No, that didn't happen. No.
English does a podcast. He's a coach.
He definitely does a podcast. He also does an advert for Uber Eats.
The things you know about some managers and players are so weird.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Well, in the Uber Eats advert,
honestly,
it's not Tony Pulis. It's not Alan Pardew.
It's Sam Allardyce.
It's Sam Allardyce. And who's the
Big Sam.
Portuguese
Forgot
coach?
Sam Allardyce there, yeah.
Portuguese coach who is actually in the Premier League right now.
Wait, Marco Silva.
Marco Silva.
He was Everton
Yes,
manager.
Marco Silva
He was
was
indeed.
there. Yes, yeah, I
And
remember
of
that
course,
How long?
I don't know.
Not long.
No. Put these former Blues in order of when they first
Fuck's
joined
sake.
Everton. Lukaku, Barkley, Etu, Mark Hughes, Graham Stewart. Nice varied of ages there.
Right, so, oh, God. Well,
What a
Hughes
goal.
or Stewart at first, so...
Yeah, what a goal Stewart scored as well. I'll keep referring to that. It's one of the best. Oh, it's so good.
I think it'd probably be Stewart first.
Yes,
Stewart
1993.
Then it's got to
Then,
be Hughes.
then Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes, 1999. And now there is a difference from the 1 year to the final year of 3 years between these three players. Barkley.
Right, Barkley was there before us.
Okay.
Yes. And he came through, not the academy there, but he was very young.
No, but he was there when he was young. So he
Yes.
was there. He was definitely there before. Yeah, it's Barkley next.
2011, correct.
Then I think it
Then
might
it's
be.
then it's Lukaku.
Then it's
Then
Lukaku.
2013,
When he was really young, and
2014.
then Eto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot on. And we'll move to Quaresma's questions because we had a lot. We had a lot. And I mean a lot. So, mainly just dissing Enzo, to be honest. Chelsea, KJK, are there loanies that could make a real difference if recalled? Jackson? No. It's just not going to happen, is it?
It's not going to happen. The amount of times that we've I see Fabrizio Romano tweet it about once a week at the moment, where it's like it's over, it's dead, it's finished.
It's so over.
The here we go meter is firmly at 0%.
Yes. Lloyd, I like this. Lloyd, prayers up for Maresca because Chris is about to lay in on him deservedly.
I didn't think anything Chris said was wrong today.
No.
To be fair, I rarely think that. But I don't think you even said anything that I was like, oh, that's a bit harsh or unreasonable.
No. I don't think so.
Chrissy or Dunoff? Who is worse, Gittins or Delap? Not allowed to say Tosin. Can't blame an injured player. Can't blame an injured player.
Delap.
Okay.
Who's worse? Yeah, Delap's probably worse at the moment.
Blue Boy 70-65. Would Potter, Poch, or Maresca have got in the door if Roman's still on the club? No. I really don't.
Definitely no.
I think Maresca would certainly have said no to a Spurs manager. I think you could argue, well, Benitez was Liverpool. It's different with Spurs, though. It's different. That is a different rivalry.
Yeah,
I
it
think
never
people
would have
forget
happened.
that, right? No, I don't. No.
The other thing you've got to remember about him, about Poch as well, is he didn't win anything, which is the main criteria for being Chelsea manager.
Yeah. Which is exactly why Potter and Maresca wouldn't have been anywhere near. I mean, there was no way Roman is hiring a championship manager.
No. There's a lot of people saying it's fucking shite and what the actual fuck was that, which I could fully endorse. I completely agree. That's how I felt after the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what's rare? Rarer than a Chelsea win.
Oh my God.
And you know what's
it's Loan Army Carousel.
Well,
remember that?
Yeah, because we haven't played since the 13th of November, and there are only 2 more episodes after today.
So
So
hasn't Chris already won then?
no, because Chris has a 2 lead over you. So if you win out,
Oh.
if you win out now, or at least show up for the next,
Yeah, in fairness, I
if you
have
could
won
stay
because
fit.
there's no way these two are on the rest of the shows.
No,
You watch, motherfucker. Just
It's-
you watch.
well,
Ollie's too busy international traveling these days.
there is
being
there is,
ill most of the time.
There is a rumor that the last episode for Lone Army, which would land technically on Christmas Day, it is going to land on Christmas Day. We just won't be able to record it on Christmas Day. We're going to record it earlier, and it's a special thingy, which I've not spoiled the surprise because you don't know what it is, listeners. But anyway, Lone Army Carousel. Game categories. If you forgot what it is, I give the guys a category and they give me an answer what fits into the category. And if they take too long, they get the Jason Cundy alarm, which has never been heard for months.
Has anyone seen Spurs?
Has anyone seen this game? So, category Champions League 25-26. I wrote this last month. Chelsea will be playing. This is how far ago I put. Chelsea will be playing Barcelona next week as the Champions League returns.
Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah. This is how long ago I wrote this. Can you name me all 36 teams in this year's competition? Just want that. Never going to happen. But I will go to Chris has the lead. So, Ollie, you get the advantage.
All right, Chelsea.
They are in this competition.
Arsenal.
They are. Yes. Yeah. That's how it's going to work.
Liverpool.
Yes.
Manchester City.
Yes.
Newcastle.
Yes.
Bayern Munich.
Yep.
Karabag.
It's actually Karabag FK, but I'll allow it.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, yeah.
I love
Sorry,
the
I
way
confused it
Ollie's
with the
gone
other
for-
Karabag.
Ollie's gone for Karabag this early. When
Yeah,
it's
do you know what? It's
basically the whole of Europe to go.
Niche shot.
It's tactical. It's tactical, all
Okay.
right?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Real Madrid.
Oh, great shout.
Brugge.
Club Brugge. Correct. Yeah.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yep.
Paphos.
Yes. Fucking hell.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
going niche.
Atletico Madrid.
Oh, what a shout. Great club.
FC Kairat.
What? Yes, and also known as Kairat. What the fuck are you doing? What are you playing?
I have a plan.
I don't get what it is.
PSG.
Yes.
Ajax.
Yes.
Villarreal.
Yes.
Benfica.
Yes.
Atalanta.
Yeah.
Marseille.
Yeah. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. But yes, they are on here.
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Slavia Prague.
They're getting too much shout out today's episode. Yes.
Dortmund.
Borussia. Yes.
FC Copenhagen.
Oh, yes.
Juventus.
Oh, that was delayed. Yeah, they're on
I didn't
there.
know they were a Danish time.
Yeah, well,
Galatasaray.
yes. I forgot about them.
Sporting Lisbon.
Yep. Or Sporting Club de Portugal.
Olympiacos.
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh, this is really good.
Leverkusen.
Yep.
Bode Glimt.
Yes. Love that team.
Monaco.
Yep. Wow.
Spurs.
Yep.
PSV.
Yep. Oh, my word. There's only
How many
4
we got
left. There's 4 left. Wow.
Need to think now.
Boy, you shouldn't have dropped your Karabag so early.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gone early.
I got a hole in my Karabag.
Fucking hell.
I'm going to go with... Oh, I'm struggling here. Union Saint Gilloise.
I'll allow it. Yeah, that's correct. 3
Napoli.
remain. 2 remain.
Can't believe I didn't know if we'd said Napoli.
No.
think I know both of them.
Oh,
Don't say that. Frankfurt?
yes. Oh, Chris, can you win it? Well, you can't win it.
Athletic Bilbao.
Correct. So all
It's a
36 have been named.
tiebreaker.
We haven't had this for months. I don't think
So,
this has been used
Well
all year.
done us.
What I
Well
was
done.
trying to do was I was trying to confuse you early with niche teams that hopefully later on you'd have forgotten about and then said one of them.
Wow.
I see your plan there, but see, it just relaxed me a little because I could just name the big teams.
You got too much ball knowledge, unfortunately.
Wow. Wow. I mean, it is tiebreaker time, and the tiebreaker is always a player, and it is to the nearest number. How many appearances did Michael Ballack make for Chelsea across all competitions, according to Transfermarkt? I can't believe I got to the tiebreaker. That's never happened for months. Who am I going to go with first?
I think if I'm behind, is it the challenger?
Do you know what? I can't remember. Just before we have our guesses, I can't remember how many years Michael Ballack was with us.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
So it's an issue.
It's a big issue.
I'm struggling to recall it myself.
I'm going. Ollie can pick first because he didn't name the team last.
That's fair enough.
That's fair.
Right. How long was he with us?
I don't know.
Sort of 40, 50
I really
games a
could not
season.
remember myself.
40, 50 games a season. It had to have been what, between 3 and 6 seasons, something like that.
Quite a big number.
I know. 175.
175. Okay, Chris.
See, I don't think he was with us that long.
10 games.
Yeah.
So
Pretty
working.
like 12.
I think I'm working on average of 50-ish a season.
I've already forgot.
160.
Okay. How many did you say, Ollie?
175.
There's a difference of one.
No, you're fucking with me.
Fucking hell.
No, one of you has got it 7 off. The other has got it off in 8.
No way.
So you're very, very close. And the answer,
I'm gonna be fuming here.
according to Transfermarkt, Michael Ballack has played 167 games, which means Chris.
He was beautiful. He was.
He's done it
the
again.
difference.
God
He
damn
has
it.
always been the point of
God
difference.
damn it, man.
I cannot believe it.
Unparalleled.
I
And
bottled
maybe
it.
today there will, of course, always be those who argue, always
Well
be
played,
those who debate. And the debate can rage on if you like.
I can't believe you are hearing this music.
But as he
2 years
falls
in
in
a row.
love with the object in the world that his heart most desired,
Lone Army
it is
Carousel
hard
20.
to escape the supposition that he has rendered
Waiting for this
himself
to end
today
now. Wow, how long it was.
the greatest of all time.
Chris, the 2025 winner of Lone Army Carousel, back-to-back champion.
damn
He's
it.
going for the three-peat in 2026.
No.
I'll tell
No.
you what, though.
Whoa.
And if you're gonna do it,
Yeah.
what a way to do it. That was like an Aguero moment.
I'd swear to God, I'm coming for this title next season. I haven't won it yet.
You got to turn up first.
Did we
Yeah,
did
all
we
right.
find out how long Michael Ballack was with us? I worked off 3 years at 50 games apiece and then added on some.
I thought it was 4, but he didn't play every game, was kind of my thought.
Michael Ballack joined us. I've gone on Wiki, which isn't the greatest source of this stuff, but he joined in 2006 and left in 2010. So 4
Yeah.
seasons.
I got 4 seasons. I thought, well, he probably couldn't have played all the games. So I thought, miss 5-6 games a season, it'd be about that. But
Yeah.
fair play, Chris. Well done, mate.
1. I can't believe it. When he said that, I thought, oh, to win that. Oh, well played, sir. Well played. That's the end of Lone Arm Carousel. Because technically could have been the end a month ago. But listeners, we are at the end of another episode. So thank you for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget, proud partner of Head in the Game, mental health charity using football to support wellbeing and community. Find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. So treat yourself well. Back on Monday, winners and losers from Everton and Chelsea. So until next time, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.